but it is tilted. So because of this phenomena, we have varying lengths of day and night at one particular time across the globe. Right, so we have covered the rotation of the earth, the revolution of the earth, the tilt of the earth, right. So next concept is the altitude of midday sun. Now, as the earth is revolving around the sun, as you can see on your screens, it is slightly tilted, that is, it is making an angle of 66.5 degrees with the orbital plane, right. So it is because of this angle or this tilt during revolution that we have different altitude of the midday sun at different places, and even as a matter of fact at the same place during a year, right. During a course of a year, the inclination of the tilt of the earth's axis, that is 66.5 degrees to the orbital plane, ensures a different altitude of the midday sun. That is, the sun is apparently at different positions during the year, right. So there are two times in a year when the sun is apparently vertically overhead over the equator. Two times in a year, this is your equator, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is Tropic of Capricorn, right. So there are two times in a year when the sun appears to be vertically overhead over the equator, that is, the rays of the sun are more or less perpendicular at the equator. This is 21st of March and 23rd of September, right. The sun on these 2 days is said to be in its the earth on these 2 days is said to be in its equinox position. Equinox means equal nights. Why this term? Because all parts on the earth have equal length, equal day and night on these 2 particular days, that is the equinox position, 21st of March and 23rd of September. The sun is apparently vertically overhead over the equator, right. So these are the equinox position. Now say on 21st of March, the sun is directly overhead over the equator. What happens after that? The sun in its apparent position moves northwards towards the Tropic of Cancer, such that on around 21st of June, the sun is directly overhead, or the vertical rays of the sun are shining on the Tropic of Cancer, right. From 21st of March, the apparent position of the sun moves northwards, such that on 21st of June, the vertical rays of the sun are on the Tropic of Cancer. So this is known as the summer solstice, right. So at this particular time, the northern hemisphere experiences its summer season, whereas the southern hemisphere, because the sun from the southern hemisphere is at its farthest position, so the southern hemisphere experiences its winter season, right. Summer season for northern hemisphere, winter season for the southern hemisphere. Also, the period of darkness increases as one moves towards the south pole, right? The period of darkness increases, that is the length of night increases as one moves towards the south pole, right? Such that Antarctica or the places that are at 90 degree south, they will be in a period of perpetual darkness, right? So, what do we know about the summer solstice? Summer solstice is the period of summer season for the northern hemisphere. The sun is vertically overhead over the Tropic of Cancer, right? So, places which are northwards from the equator, they have more lengths of day as compared to the night. At the equator, they have 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night, and as one moves towards the south pole, the length of night, it goes on increasing. This is about the 21st of June, or what we call as the summer solstice. What happens after 21st of June? Now, on 21st of June, when the sun appears to be directly overhead, or the vertical rays of the sunlight are received by the Tropic of Cancer, the sun appears to move back towards the equator, such that on 23rd of September, it is back at its equinox position, right? So, from 21st of June, when it was directly overhead at the Tropic of Cancer, it appears to move backwards towards the equator, such that on 23rd of September, the vertical rays of the sunlight are again shining on the equator, right? So, temperatures in the northern hemisphere, they start falling. They reach their peak around June, July, and then from like towards, as the sun moves backwards towards the equator, that their temperatures start decreasing, right? So, you approach the end of the summer season, right? So, as if you observe, Tropic of Cancer marks the northward limit to the movement of the sun. That is, the sun in its shining vertically on the latitude, the sun does not go beyond the Tropic of Cancer. So, the Tropic of Cancer marks the northward limit to the movement of the sun, right? What happens after